Every industry has jargon or insider language. Church is no different. Today we're going to use some churchy words and jargon. I'll do my best to define all of the words. It starts with our next I am statement in our series, which is I am justified, which comes from the longer theological term justification. I will try to define justification in this short video. We were created by God for a relationship with God, but there was a wall of separation in our relationship with God caused by sin. He is holy and cannot have sin enter into his presence, and we are sinful and cannot go into his presence. If we did, we may die. Now, imagine, for this short video, imagine that God sees people based on the coat they wear. Now imagine that there are only two coats, a sin coat and a righteousness coat. Everyone enters the world wearing one coat or the other. Now, only 3 people in human history entered the world wearing the righteousness coat, which I'm going to use this coat to symbolize. Adam and Eve were the first 2. God created them perfect and sinless and in a relationship with him. But they chose to take this off and reject God and sin, which broke their relationship with him and resulted in death. But what's worse is they are our legal representatives. So what they do holds up against us in God's court. Their actions are imputed onto us. That's our next word that needs to be defined, imputed. In this context, it means to have something legally transferred onto your account. So when Adam and Eve sinned, they transferred onto your account sinfulness. You had imputed sinfulness put onto your account, and they put on the sin coat. And now every time a man and a woman come together and a baby is born, their DNA goes to them, to that child, but also they are born wearing the sin coat. We also learn from the Old Testament that sin requires a sacrifice. Hebrews 9:22 says, the law requires that nearly everything be cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness. Because we are sinners, we need a sacrifice. But that can't just be a bird or a goat. Sin leads to death, and we need a perfect, sinless person to die in our place, offering to take our death for their life. I had said earlier that there were 3 people who had entered the world wearing the righteousness coat. The third is Jesus Christ. So when he is born wearing this coat, we have a perfect person. So we now have a possible savior. But we need the perfect person to willingly lay aside their sinlessness and its benefits, as in no death, and take on sin and its consequences, as in death, for us. Why would Jesus do that? Because you were created by him, because you bear his image and are valuable, and because he is pursuing you for a relationship with God. Romans 5:8 says, God demonstrates his love, his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. At Calvary, Jesus willingly took off his righteousness coat and willingly put on our sin coat. On the cross, God treated Jesus as if he lived my life for one purpose, so that he could treat me as if I lived his. We traded coats. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says that God made him, Jesus, who had no sin, to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. This is called imputed righteousness. God puts Jesus' righteousness onto my account, and in the legal courts of heaven, I am declared justified. Yes, we are created, we are valuable, and we are pursued, but we are also sinners in need of saving. You can be justified through faith and trust in Jesus, accepting his life and death in your place. This leads to some other jargon we have, words like saved, born again, asking Jesus into your heart, becoming a Christian, etc. Ephesians 2:8 and 9 tell us that it is by grace you have been saved through faith. This is not from yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. Who are you? You are created. You are valuable. You are not your disability or diagnosis. You are pursued and you can be justified if you put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. So I ask you, which coat are you wearing? If you have put on Christ's coat today, if you have been justified, would you let us know? Or if this has caused you to have some questions, would you let us know that too? And let us help you answer them. Reach out to us using the link in the description below. Who am I? Well, I am justified.
Hello, my name is Teresa, and I am justified.